Welcome to Let's Vibe on Afrikanzchat. I've got some special, beautiful ladies with me today. I know you though, but
Yeah.
I'm still going to ask you to make, to introduce yourself since you have another, guest, with us today.
You go first.
Okay, well, hi guys. My name is Shannon, and I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Period. My name is Amiya. I'm back. I'm from the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How y'all doing though?
Good.
Much better than yesterday.
Oh, beautiful. Two ladies, one guy, right? So let's say, to start, right? There's a guy that you like.
Okay.
Your friend too also likes it. Are you cousins?
We fake cousins.
It's literally, and I'm going to introduce myself as her little cousin, but
Yeah. So she, has interest in this guy, right? They started talking, whatever, but it never went anywhere. Or maybe let's just say it did, but they end up falling apart. But you're still interested. So after them falling apart, or separating or whatever, will you still be interested? Will you still go without having no, mixed feelings that she's gonna
honestly,
take it badly?
I feel like it's a thing. Everybody know called girl code. We're not dealing with any of our friends' exes, past conversation guys. Now, I would not be interested at all whatsoever. The only thing that I have a thought though, I'm curious about, like, say as if I have a person, we both like him, but she crushed, but she never talked. I don't know how I would feel with that one.
That's interesting.
Like, what
Dang.
that's a good, like, girl code.
That's kind of
back.
interesting. Like, I got a crush on him, but I never did nothing with him. I don't know. To me, I just kind of feel like,
Never talk, never anything.
yeah, I don't know. For me, that's tough. I just kind of got a rule of thumb with my friends. Like, if there was any interest shown on either end, that it's just like it should be completely off the table for the rest of the friend group. Like, if there's any sort of attraction, if you crushing, if y'all was just texting, like, to me, I just feel like now it's just off the table.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-mm.
So no, I would not even
Really?
proceed.
Even if you're crushing on this guy?
If I'm crushing on him, that's come I said I had to see how she would feel, how people, like, what's your thoughts on it? Because me personally, no, I would not proceed. It's just too much awkwardness. Because now, what if y'all
Yeah.
get serious and it's like you can't pretend that you don't find this guy attractive, that you don't have interest in him.
Right, because you liked him before. There was a reason that you liked him. There was something that you were attracted to that is still going to be there. So if we're all around, who's to say you don't still have that attraction to him or have a certain attraction to who is now my man?
Okay.
You know?
No, the reason why I'm asking this question is, how, girls are kind of tight, right? I always say this, like, girls always, like, ladies always want to be, let me just use girls. Girls always want to be with girls, but they usually don't get along, right? So sometimes, right, I'm wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay. So sometimes, right, they tend to, like, trade your partners for their, girlfriends.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, if I say trade, mostly they get close. They kind of like listen to you have, the lady friends or whatever, the female friends, and it gets to a point they go with what they say compared to what her man is saying. So I'm just asking.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
In terms of that, right? Will you still trade a man that you really like? Because I know sometimes when it comes to the matters of the heart, it's kind of different though.
Nah.
For women.
Okay, trade as in, like, when you say trade, this man, like,
You want this man, but you're like, she's my friend. I don't care, regardless,
nah, I won't go for it.
So we're still gonna trade, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. Got to stick beside my
I
girl.
can't. It's like, it's just anything that could put my friend in an uncomfortable space futuristically or even now. It's like, nah, I can't.
No, is it okay? Will you be able to do the same thing for a man like your man? Let's just say your man. Are you gonna trade him? For your female friend?
Like, in what sense? Give an
Like,
example.
what is them, like, trade
Right.
my man? 'Cause
There are instances whereby, let's just say you want to go out, girls trips, whatever, right? I'm a man, right? So I don't want to sound as if maybe I know how women think. So I'm just asking to understand. At some point, they say, ladies can convince their female friends to, like, just, be treating their men, badly, or maybe just ignore them, or just, like, bad influence, like peer pressure, right?
how to handle situations.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, so when you have a man, because there are movies out there that you could clearly see, sometimes, this is a man, whatever, but her friend has influence over her, over
That
that
is true.
relationship. So that's what I'm asking. Will you even trade, in a situation like that, will you trade your man for your girlfriend?
For a trip, like a girl's trip. And
Yeah. Birthdays.
I'm going to be at my man's birthday. Look.
okay, if it's my man's birthday, Yeah, I'm going to be at his birthday. Yes. Like, I am going to, like, right now I'm currently in that situation. My friend's birthday coming up and his, and they're on the same day. And he's new to my life, but I'm not going to leave her situation just to go to his, like, I will plan yours. I would try to make it work. I would try to plan his and plan hers, plan something with you guys to dedicate a celebration for your birthday, but I'm not leaving one hanging. Now,
what if you have to choose one though?
If I have to choose one, it depends. Like,
do not watch this show.
Friend, I'm sorry, you know who. I would choose my man, because I'm in a situation right now. I would choose my man only because I've been around my girl so much and so many times. You know, I feel like he's new to the life. Let me have this one celebration with you for your birthday. So me speaking,
that's a valid mindset to have. That is it's like I can see both ends. That's
I always with my girl, but my man got to at least have this one moment with me, and it's our first time, you know.
And you think she's gonna understand, right?
If Probably. She do, I hope she understands. But if she don't, it's like I got you next week, girl. I'm not dissing you, but yeah. If I had to choose, I would choose him in this situation.
This situation, okay. What about you?
For me, one, I'm never gonna just always choose my friend over my man or choose my man over my friend. It just depends on the situation and what's valid, and I'm gonna just choose the valid option. And I mean, it's always gonna be times where I'm gonna have to choose my man over my friend and choose my friend over my man, and they just gonna have to understand that it's just your turn to not get chosen this time. And like in that specific situation, if I had a man and a friend whose birthdays were on the same day, to me, shit, I'm planning ahead of time. We planning months ahead. What are we doing to make this work? I got a friend birthday and my man birthday on the same day. What are we doing to make this work? I'm not going to choose one or the other. I'm going to make it work for the both of them. We're going to have to figure this out to make it work. I don't know. That's a tough situation to be in. But I do feel like a lot of females do choose their friends over their man. But I'm not like that. It just got to be a valid reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about, let's come to, do you want to get married? I think you want to get married, right?
Oh, yeah, I want to be married.
Okay.
You too?
Yes, indeed.
So what will be the number one reason why you want to get married?
Partnership, just like a lifelong partnership. Life is just so much more joyful when you just have somebody to spend it with, like to share it with, to just share moments together. Yeah, y'all just know each other. Y'all are just like one person. Y'all make decisions together. Y'all just do everything together. Just like the partnership aspect of it. I like to be by myself, but I also am a person that loves partnerships, even in my friendships. Like I really value my friendships. Like it's a partnership in my friendship. It's like a relationship, but we don't do nothing. But like I just really value partnership.
I agree, and it's like you get to learn life lessons with this person because you're not alone. Friends, they're friends. You're gonna be here every now and then, but when you're married, that's your partner for life, and you get to do everything with them, whether it's clubbing, politics, vacations, family, growing. It's like it's a lot you get to just do with that one person. Yeah. And you won't feel embarrassed or ashamed or curious if your friends feel awkward. It's like this is your partner. Of course, you got to be aware of their feelings, but it's like you feel more comfortable with this person. You don't have to worry a lot. So marriage is.
But do you think marriage is a scam? Like how most people say.
So my marriage is different. I'm not doing the whole paperwork. I feel like that is a scam a little bit.
That's new.
I'm not doing the paperwork. I'm not going downtown to go to the judge. I mean, I feel like I have to. It takes more information about married people and their life with the paperwork. But no, I'm not doing that. That's a scam.
So you want to go the traditional route.
Go the route, get married, say we're married, go to the celebration, do the whole thing, and then boom, we're married. Paper don't define it. I mean, I get it, within hospital-wise and everything else, they need paperwork and proof. But me, no, I don't think I want to do that.
Do you think it's a scam?
Okay, so I don't feel like marriage is a scam. I feel like people use it to scam. Like they make it a scam. Like people will marry men with money and then they'll take everything that they have. But to me personally, just viewing the way the world works today, I view marriage as security. If me and you have kids together and we are not married, I don't know, like you can leave me hanging to a certain extent. Like you could literally leave me and my kids out for shit to a certain extent. But if we are married and we have that paperwork, like, okay, I know, like if me and you break up, you still legally, financially have to take care of these kids. Like what you have, part of that has to go towards making sure the children are secure. So to me, I feel like it's more so security, but it could be a scam. Like people do use it as a scam. But
do you think it's what do? You like think it's a scam? And when you say scam, what do you mean? Like,
no, I don't think it's a scam. I think a lot of people say it's a scam, and I'm a Muslim, so my mentality when it comes to marriage is different. It goes with my religion, so it's on a deeper level, right? I will agree with you. I don't if I'm to get married, or let's just say if I'm married, I wouldn't go with the court process or whatever. You just do what. Depending on your faith, that's why I actually believe in marriage, Joe. So are you gonna go to the church, or you want to do it like the way? Because every race and every tribe has this traditional way of getting. And I know the Black culture too have it, not necessarily going to the church though.
Yeah,
yeah. So are you gonna? Because once you want to go to the church, then meaning it changes the dynamics when it comes to marriage. Meaning you're going through the process of whatever that it states. The significance or whatever rules that is in the Bible for marriage. Right?
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
I didn't know that the purpose. I thought people just get married in the church because it's the scenery, and you just add the biblical parts into there to make the vows and everything strong to proceed into marriage. I didn't know that that's what it was.
No, like as a Muslim, right? Like people will say you have to go to the masjid. If I say the masjid mosques, yeah, but you don't necessarily have to. You could. So there are instances where in Africa, right? Let's just say we have this, they call it knocking. So I'm interested in you. I'll let you know that I want my family to come, visit, like see your family, to let them know that I have, this good intention. I want to marry you. Certain families in Africa, right? When you go, they will wed you right there. So meaning that, and it's valid too. You don't necessarily have to be in the masjid, in the mosque or whatever. So Islam is a little bit different. But since you brought up the child or whatever, because you brought it up, I have a question on that.
Okay.
But I want to ask you, when we talk about marriage, right, which one will you trade? Having a big reception or going on a honeymoon?
Shit, that big. Ooh, you know what? Let me think. Because I was about to say the reception. I was about to say the reception, but it's like honeymoon. I really do want. I don't know. Okay, so to me, I feel like
I don't know.
A honeymoon is just a vacation to celebrate your marriage. Literally. To me, I feel like, not saying we can go on a honeymoon at any time, but we can go on a vacation. Everything. We can plan a vacation anytime. We can't just celebrate our marriage with our loved ones and like just whenever we want to, So I don't know. To me, I kind of feel like if I had to pick and choose which one I would trade the honeymoon because we can plan a nice ass vacation in a couple of years after.
Agree. Like, I need my I want my people around. I want all my friends around, and I need them around to see this.
Yeah,
and even if it don't last too long, I enjoyed that moment. It was the experience, a vacation. The honeymoon is a vacation, literally.
So which one do you think is going to be memorable? Say,
I think both of them are going to be memorable.
But
more memorable, I would say my wedding reception. To me, that's gonna be more memorable because it's not even just my memory. It's not just me and my man memory. It's everybody that was there. We all get to share that moment together. We all get to remember and just experience that moment together. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, the ceremony for me personally would be more memorable.
Agree.
So in that case, going on vacation or honeymoon has no significance then.
No, it does. But if you have to choose one or the other, then I personally would choose a ceremony. Same. I would.
Why is it I feel like, most women will go with a reception? Why do women like all this glamour, all this? I know women love attention, but why do women like it?
I got you. You start this first because I keep starting first.
No, girl, you fine. Honestly, I think, one partly it just has to do when you grow up. Like a lot of young girls, it's just their dream to just have this amazing wedding. But honestly, for me, having a reception is not just the glitz and the glamour. For me, it's just as you grow up, like the people around you, they see everything that you go through. They see your trials and tribulations. They see your heartbreaks. They see your ups. They see your downs. Like they get to see everything that you've gone through to get to where you are, to where you found the love of your life, like the person that you feel like God made specifically for you. And so for me, I just want to celebrate with those people. I can't wait. If y'all watching, no, I'm playing. So for me, I just feel like I just want to celebrate that with everybody, like with the people that I love that were here through my entire journey, the people that, you know, I cried on their shoulder, the people that just witnessed the whole journey. I just want to be able to celebrate that moment with them. It doesn't even have to be anything big. Like it can really just be a simple wedding celebration. But I just really want to share that moment with the people I love. Yeah.
I want a big ceremony. And it doesn't, I want the glamour. I want the glitz. I want that. Is it a necessity? No.
Right.
But is it a dream? One of my dreams? Yes. And then I'm currently dating a guy who's African, not even a pinch of American. And I want to low key wear the African. I want the.
What
I can see that for you.
Though?
He's Togo. He's West African. Yeah.
Shout outs to City. He's from Togo, right? Okay.
And I want to wear the traditional outfit. I feel like a basic white dress at the house. What is it? The place where you just go in and you don't have to.
The courthouse. Yeah, something like that.
I wouldn't mind that, but I want the glitz and glamour. It's very important. So you guys, like she said, we went through everything with my friends. Y'all all seen it. My man has seen me journey with him and family and my friends. It's just look at this. Let's celebrate it. The forever for us. And I want us to look. And I want to look good. I feel like. I don't get too often to wear a big dress, or if it's cute, a small, simple dress, and just kiss my man, have people, friends, family, coworkers, people just look at me and just, yeah.
But that's interesting though. But you could do it on the regular, right? If I say on the regular, maybe special events, naming ceremony. If you want to, are you talking about the African,
Now that's because I don't know. Not a lot of people have an African wedding and then they have the American wedding. Some people do have that, but me personally, I would want both. But if I don't have both, I would choose the American way. And
so everybody does the white wedding, right?
Yeah,
they call it white wedding.
I call it the black and white wedding.
Right.
I'm too pro black. Anything that has the white, no.
You say no white connotation for you.
I don't mind it. It's just the title seems so one-sided based. Why is it a white wedding?
Yeah. But also, I feel like you can merge weddings. Like if you marry somebody in a different culture and maybe y'all can't afford to have two separate ceremonies, like that's where compromise comes, and you all can merge it in. It doesn't have to just be his way or her way. Y'all can merge it in and have both of you all's beliefs and traditions and practices in the ceremony. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, now, girl.
Back to the child, whatever you said having kids, and I don't want to know. Have kids?
Oh no, not yet.
No, but
okay.
in heart.
Right.
So this conversation is going to be interesting then.
Okay.
Because if one of you have kids, I have to hold back certain questions I'm going to ask, right?
Right.
I know people do whatever they want to do. Mm-hmm. We are adults. I don't care what people do in their bedrooms, right? Mm-hmm. But why is it that at some point, right, people think having kids, not only in quote, it seems like a business, but yet again, it's like people don't think about themselves, because most men, when they be having sex, they're not having sex to get a woman pregnant. Mm-hmm. I know there are instances, special situations where a man wants to do that thinking he wants to tie her down.
Yeah, but most of the time,
that's not the case. So I have an opinion, right? Mm-hmm. And I think there's always going to be a pushback that, but men too supposed to, put on condoms or whatever.
Oh, thank you for getting into that.
Yeah, but going. I'm just saying, right? Why is it that? Because my take is when there's a child in that situation, let's just say maybe a one night stand, or maybe you had a fling with somebody, maybe you've been talking 3 months, whatever. You're not supposed to have kids. Like it changes, everything.
Yeah.
And it affects the women more compared to the men.
Absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. But when we have this conversation, usually the pushback that I get from your sisters is, but men, deadbeat dads, or maybe he's not. Literally, he was just having sex to get you pregnant. So when the pregnancy comes in, I'm not saying what he did is right. No. I'm just saying why our sister not doing more to prevent themselves from getting. Have fun, do you whatever, but just don't get pregnant.
Okay. Birth control. May I start this one, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Birth control is we as women have a lot of stuff that infects us internally a lot. You men don't have as much as we do. The things that happen to our bodies, we do what we do to prevent from us from getting pregnant is what we're going to start with is trusting you with our body, because you ejaculate in us. We have to take birth control. We have to do pills, gain weight, and sometimes that birth control can mess with our internal organs. And we're trying to prevent it, but it's like it's a risk. And we want to trust the man to know not to ejaculate in us, so we won't have to go through these risks. So if I'm answering your question, I don't know if I'm going through it right, but we do enough to prevent pregnancy. It's just the first step is us trusting you with our body and for you to know not to ejaculate. Because is it that hard for y'all to pull out?
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't help though.
Yeah, because you can also get pregnant from pre-cum.
The excitement, but still.
I don't know. So I feel like this is a tough situation because I always can just, for the most part, see both sides of every situation. And so for me, I do feel like to a certain extent, women do take the proper precautions to make sure that they don't get pregnant, but a lot of times they don't. Excuse me.
You understand?
Yeah, a lot of times they don't. A lot of women don't actually. Like when you look at a lot of women out here, I don't know, I think they just have this mindset of like, well, like he got me pregnant, so he got to take care of the child, instead of like really thinking like, damn, like why did I let him get me pregnant? Like, I don't know. I think people think having kids is just like they had kids like they changed their panties. Like you don't need to just be having kids back to back with just everybody under the sun and then blaming the man for it. To a certain extent, you have to be able to take your own accountability. So a man does play a role in it. Don't be out here nutting in females. Put a condom on, wrap it up. But also women need to take more accountability as well. And also, it's female condoms. Put on a female condom. If you feel like he nutting in you, go take a plan B.
You don't like that,
and
right?
I don't like the female condom part.
But if you really want to do everything in your power to not get pregnant, do everything in your power to not get pregnant. That's just how I feel.
I agree, but that female condom part, I don't know about that.
I've never tried it, so I don't know.
I didn't either, and I don't want to try it.
Right.
It's just, we already stick tampons up us. Why we want that rubbery thing?
Yeah, it makes sense. I understand.
Yeah.
But
I think you said, why is it more serious or emotional for us or something like that?
no, I'm saying it affects women more, right? But when we have that, conversation, there's always going to be a pushback. It's almost like, this gender war, whatever.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a one-sided vibe instead of understanding. Yeah.
Because I feel for women, though. In my mind, see, a lot of, single mothers out there, right? Sometimes even teenagers. And they don't even live together.
Literally.
They probably had sex in the car. The boy was living with his, parents. She too, she's living somewhere. I'm talking about maybe somewhere 16, 17, 18, whatever, even 19, right? But yet again, what you're doing is going to get you pregnant.
Yeah.
So both of them were irresponsible, right? But
unfortunately, she gotta take the load.
And
yeah, you see. So at the end of the day, is it's not like I see the wrong that men do, but the problem for me is most men, right? I've been a teenager before. When we talk to girls, it's always like, we lie a lot. Just to get into their pen. Yeah. Like, do you believe that when teenagers, especially high school, when you see them, do you think it's real that love or whatever that they have is going to transition into marriage?
Sometimes it does, but not a lot. Right. Not a lot.
Girl do that.
Yeah.
I have a friend, and she has a friend, and I wasn't close to her, but from the understanding, from a bird's eye and outside point of view, I've spoken to the lady, and she has grown with her gentleman from grammar school to high school, and now the world has all seen that she's now married, and she has her kids with them, and it's like looking out, looking in. It's like, that's beautiful. I have never seen that a day in my life, and that was the first time I've seen that, like it transpiring into it now, and your kids are planned, and even if they're not planned, it's like you don't have that fear of we made a mistake or we're not. It's like, that's very hard to see.
So it's a special situation, right?
Yeah, it is.
Situation.
It is.
Doesn't.
So that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, accountability goes both ways. But I think this is what they don't like hearing, right? Like when I say women supposed to go the extra mile, it doesn't affect us. So imagine, right? I might be a Rolling Stone, right? I'm just out here spreading my seeds. I don't feel it because I don't get pregnant. Once upon a time, I asked, a man, right? I think it was on a live stream. That was like a year ago. That if like the world is flipped, that men can, get pregnant. Will men allow? I'm asking men actually. Would they allow themselves? I think we have 4 guys in the box. Would they allow themselves to get pregnant? None of them said yes because they know. Like most of the times when they are not, it's not like they. Just to be fair, I'm not saying they don't fall in love, but most of the time they're not in love.
Yeah,
Right? So the sex is just, fun part for the man.
Yeah.
You get it? So if a man thinks like that, do you think he's going to make himself get pregnant?
No.
Not
So
at all.
why are sisters getting pregnant then?
Honestly,
It's a deeper thought. 'Cause
It is.
When you get pregnant, it's like killing the baby.
Yes.
That's
Beliefs.
The beliefs of killing the baby. And be like, the baby's not really fully here. That is a heart forming. That is an arm being formed, and that is a human. You're killing a human. Whether it's a baby or not, it's a human. And it's like life is meant to be lived, not being taken. And if you have the choice to take the life, it's gonna hurt you more because it's deep in mind. Like, I'm really taking someone's life. Like, I'm preventing them from seeing what I'm seeing, doing what I'm doing at this moment. So it's kind of hard to just say I'm pregnant and then to get rid of it. Now, I think it's why do women allow themselves to get pregnant? Some people just, that beliefs. They just don't believe in, getting rid of a baby that's meant to live.
I also feel like, okay, let me see how to explain this. It's probably not going to sound right, but allowing yourself to get pregnant is kind of a form of accountability, if that makes sense. Like, you knew what you were getting yourself into. Like, you knew when you had sex, there was a possibility that you were going to get pregnant. And so you got pregnant, and now it's like, okay, why would I, like she said, why would I kill this child instead of just taking accountability for what I did, which was lay down in his bed and open my legs. And that should be the same thing with the man. Like, just like he didn't intend to get her pregnant, she probably didn't intend on getting pregnant, but she decided to take that accountability because she laid in bed with him. So it's like that man needs to take that accountability as well, because you all both knew the possibilities of what could happen after having sex. So it's more so just accountability. Like, to me, I feel like sometimes
men have it harder trying to take it. It's
they
like,
do.
Why
they
is
do.
it so hard for you to take this accountability and just take care of the child?
Yeah, it took 2 of us to make this baby. It wasn't just me.
It wasn't just me. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's harder for men. We get pregnant. Sometimes we don't want to keep the baby, but we have to. And if you feel like you have to, it's like you should. If you don't feel like you have to, you should. It's hard to explain. I don't understand, but men have a hard time taking accountability too by understanding I have to do this now. I wasn't ready, so why did you keep it? That's hard. I feel like I'm going in circles, y'all. But that is a
tough
hard
situation. It really should honestly just come down to, and obviously this is unrealistic, but really, if you're not ready or mentally or financially, spiritually, whatever, in the space to have a baby, then you don't need to be having sex. Now, obviously, that's kind of unrealistic for a lot of people, but it's the truth. Like, if you're not ready to handle the consequences of what comes after having sex, then you don't need to be having sex. It's a tough situation. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, I do think so. I feel like it's put on the women a lot instead of put on. I feel like men do not take enough accountability like women.
It make it harder.
Have to.
No, I agree, right? I'm a man, right? So I know what men be doing. I'm not I'm not sitting here trying to defend them. I know what they be doing, and most of the times I know they just it's fun, right? And in Africa it's different. In the West they tend to get support from the government and other stuff, right? In Africa it's not the same. So you could clearly see some of our sisters and our aunties and our mothers or whatever struggling. Sometimes in marriage, but I'm just saying the ones that have kids, and they shame you too. Now it's a little that was back in the day. Now the wave in America is, all around, in Africa. So it has changed it a little bit. There's still shame, but not like it used to.
Yeah.
But the struggle is real for for our sisters in Africa, especially when they have kids. And one time there was this lady that was complaining that when she had a child, she was pregnant for a guy that he claimed that it wasn't him or whatever. Now she has to struggle. It got to a point that when she needed money, she had to call somebody, and the guy has to have sex with her before giving it. And it's chicken change. If I say money, when you convert it in US dollars, I don't think it's even up to $4.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's a real challenge.
The finance life in Africa from my boyfriend. So it's like hearing you say this is crazy because right now all I'm thinking, I have a very personal question. I know you're like, so. Since toys is very popular in the American world, women can use vibrators and all types of toys to get their, Yeah. In Africa, since I'm learning the financial life and how things work, like you just said, She got to go to other men for things. Do you think that the women in Africa go to multiple men to, get sexual desires since that one guy they got pregnant by is no longer in the picture? Is that how it is out there?
No. Hers was hardship. She needed money.
Oh.
So I think when you get pregnant, you have to, monthly go, visit the hospital. So she's struggling. And especially when the pregnancy, let's just say 5-6 months. See, I'm a man, right? Some of my brothers are heartless. You get it? When I heard that story, it was so sad. I'm like, yo, but he doesn't care. You get it? Some people, you can't just force them to be empathetic or sympathetic towards somebody's situation. So he wanted to just, have sex. And sometimes those guys, the way they have like rough sex with them just because he felt like he was paying, and that was peanuts. So like situations like that with our sisters in Africa, it tends to shape them a little bit, whereby they try to avoid getting pregnant. I'm not saying they don't. They do get pregnant, teenage pregnancy. Sometimes, in their 20s, 30s, they're not married. But I'm just saying, if we flip it and it's the same in the West, do you think our sisters to here will be careful in getting pregnant?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because of the hardship, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's much easier here in America, but if it was flipped.
Yeah, I feel like people know that they have the resources. People know they can go to the government for help. They know that they have resources to get extra support, so they're more willing to do certain things versus if they did not have access to the same support that they have now, they would definitely be more careful. I even think even currently now with Donald Trump, banning abortions in certain states and different stuff, I bet you they over there trying their best now not to get pregnant because they know they can't get an abortion. So absolutely.
I forgot all about that. OMG.
But I think it really just comes down to know who you getting in the bed with.
Okay, ladies.
Don't get in the bed with a bum and think he gonna take care of your baby when you get pregnant.
And stop. It's like, I'll be confused. Why y'all just giving birth and y'all only been together for half a year? Not a full year, half a year. You haven't even seen him through this multiple seasons. You probably see him through every season. You ain't over with. The summertime isn't even kicked in and you're pregnant. I'm sorry.
No, I agree though. You can't. Again, sometimes I don't blame them. You barely know people, but I think the heavy weight is on women, and I think the argument man, put on. I know there are instances where, but the same women are the ones pulling off the condoms.
They be trapping these men sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes.
And they'll tell you that I don't like it, or maybe they have a reaction whenever you use a condom on them.
Some people are allergic to condoms.
It's different condoms.
Latex.
It's allergic condoms. Ones that don't have the same chemicals and ingredients to make them. I'm sure it's non-allergic condoms out here too.
But honestly, the best way to avoid getting pregnant is, like I said, to not have sex
at all.
And do you think that is possible, feasible?
Yes, you have choice.
I'm actually personally on the celibacy journey myself, so it's possible.
Is it easy though?
No.
You're putting yourself on the hot seat right now.
Oh no, I'm very open about my journey on my social media. Hell no, it's not easy. It is not easy at all, but it saves you the risk of getting pregnant, infections. It saves you the emotional heartache of you thinking that you found the one and now it was just another body wasted, and it just saves you the energy. It just saves you so many things. Is it hard? Yes, but when you weigh out the pros and the cons, that list it surpasses the cons.
She don't use self-pleasurable things because she's celibate.
Whoa.
No, I wanted to ask that question.
Okay. Okay, so now we already here with it. No. Okay, so originally when I started my celibacy journey, I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was still using toys. I'm going to be completely honest. And then I decided okay, I'm going to stop. And then of course, I broke. And so now I'm still trying to get myself together. But the real, how celibacy is supposed to go, you're not supposed to use any toys.
Okay, so it's just gonna be you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, just nothing at all. Just no pleasure at all. Pleasure from the world.
I can do it, but I don't want to do it. And majority of the time, I'm not going to want to do it. The celibacy thing. Is it hard to not use toys? Yes.
Is it healthy?
Is it healthy?
Depending on how often you're doing it.
No,
but honestly, that's just people always say people always want to ask, is it healthy or you using your toy too much? But ain't nobody judging when people in a relationship having sex
too much
3, 4, 5
with random
times
people.
every single day. People don't ask those questions. People don't ask, is it healthy for you and your man to have sex every single day? But people will be like, is it healthy for you to use your toy all the time? I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of a double standard.
Can I get a little for one little second? I want to say, women, when you use your toys, of course, your body reacts. You come faster off the toys, and they're scared like you're gonna break yourself. I feel like they call it break the clit. Now, your vaginal area is going to rejuvenate and go back to the way it was before. So now, but having sex and infections and diseases are not. Well, some of them are not curable. Are diseases curable?
I mean, to me, I feel like anything is curable. You just got to be ready, willing to live the right lifestyle.
You can reverse your body by using the toy sometimes, but.
Okay. Coming back to you, Roy. You said you date an African.
Yeah.
How long so far?
So far, we are a month we are 2 months now. We're finna make 2 months at the end of this month.
So how was it like?
It is difficult.
Wow.
Very difficult.
Why?
Because his cultural beliefs, and mind you, Togo, West Africa, is very, very different from other parts like Ghana. And the way I think, I'm an American, the way I move, the way I think you should it's like it's this movie I saw, it's called Crazy Rich Asian. She said Americans have this thing called basically, I forgot the word, but basically you care about yourself. You want to make sure you get your own money, all this and that. You want to focus on yourself. You can help your family and friends, but not all the time. He feels like he has to help his friends and family. Like it's kind of like an obligation a little bit. And I feel like it's hard. His beliefs and the way he handles his family back home, he worries himself a lot. And I don't like that.
Do you mind if I ask his age?
Oh, he's going to be 30.
Okay. Friends, I get it. No. Family, I get it. Friends, no.
You get me? And it's like, I guess the friends helped him get here. The friends that helped him be here in America. So I feel like he owes them. And I tell him, you don't owe them anything. I mean, of course you're thankful. You could give your thanks, but only for so long. Yeah. I feel like he's going to continue to give his thanks
for the rest of his life.
Almost, I feel like that. And people are like, why don't you ask him? We had conversations, and yeah, and then it's a lot. It's a lot with this. It's more to it, but I feel like it's very hard because he has African beliefs and African practices, and I don't have those things.
But it blends. Okay, how long has it been here?
A year now.
Oh, okay.
And some months. Yeah, you see, Nandi, you can even picture everything. Yeah. You can think of all the little things, and they just add up.
It's going to take him a minute, though.
It is.
Yeah, it's going to take him a while.
It is, and I don't want him to think I'm trying to change him. I just want him to understand the way I see things for him and the way he sees things. And we too busy trying to make each other understand each other point of views, and it's just hard. And it's like,
because if an African has been here for let's just say 5 years,
they got
3 years,
they learned enough.
Different culture, right? But yet again, you blend in. I'm not losing my culture, the one that I have from Africa. But yet again, I could adapt. Yeah. So when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same thing in America, but yet again, you also have to he can't say you should see everything in his
point of
view, or maybe in the review of his mirror or whatever. It's not always the same way. You get it? So I'm not judging him, but I'm just saying people are supposed to be open-minded, especially with different culture.
To make it even just flat out. And he barely speaks English. He speaks English, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he's at a 7. So if I tell him, stand on business, he's not going to understand what that means. What is stand on business? And it's like...
But he speaks French, right?
Yeah, speaks French.
Yeah, it's because of where he's from. Yeah.
He speaks Ewe, French, Kotokoli, and all these other languages, but it's like... It's a challenge. This is the biggest challenge I've ever had, but it's worth it because if you really love him, which I really do, if you really love someone, if you have faith in them and you see their hard work and their effort and they give the same thing to you, it would seem easier, and I think it will become easier. But right now, it's still fresh and we're still growing onto each other.
And this is your first African, right?
Relationship, yes. Dating, no. I dated 2 in European men. No judgment, but European men. European men.
Europe,
Europe.
Niger,
European men.
I have no comments though.
No comments. Thank you.
You have experience, right?
Not,
okay, not even experience.
Not in a relationship.
Do you want to will you entertain in the future? I think we have this, but I don't know.
Yeah, we had this conversation before. Yeah, I'm open to it. It's just like I said, it just depends on how traditional you are. I don't want someone who's just so traditional and stuck in their ways that they're not willing to be open minded and also learn my ways as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
If you're not open minded, then how we're going to work? How are you going to learn?
Yeah.
Like my guy, he thinks he doesn't want to make anyone mad, so he tries his best to not like get mad at you. He doesn't. It's like anger. It's all like, tell me how you feel, even if I do get angry, because guess what? You have to learn me. How can you know what makes me angry? How can you know what makes me upset if you're not trying to, not even not trying to, but it's like you don't think it's the right thing to do. It's right for you to express your feelings, whether you're angry or not. I get to see you mad, and I'm like, okay, I know not to say this again or do this again. We are human. He doesn't want to make anyone mad. He doesn't want to make anyone angry. And it's hard with this gentleman. He's so peaceful and true African.
But I do believe that women, okay, not you, but I'm just saying in general, right? Women you like the adventure. You like spicy whatever.
Yeah,
you don't want
boring shit. I didn't marry a nun.
Right?
America's full of a lot of
You know what?
things.
I'm sorry if it's some nuns watching this. But
no, you're on the right track though. To me personally, I think even as a man, sometimes be a little bit mean to your woman. A little bit mean.
Maybe like if you want a soft man to walk over. No, we want
what is y'all definition of mean? Because do not be mean to me.
Start up something like it's nice, not like violently,
Like be I don't say be mean. I say be
dominant.
What's the word?
Aggressive.
I say aggressive is the word, or just be a little. Maybe a little, I don't know, petty sounds sassy. Mean is just, I don't know. Some people really just are like mean men. Like they really like to be mean to their women to just get a reaction out of her.
Like, babe, we was in that restaurant and the way you treat that waiter, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like that.
And just go quiet for like the whole day.
Yeah, and then, or I didn't like that. No, tell me how and show it. I did not like that. Honestly, I felt quite embarrassed. Babe, you're upset with me? Yeah, I am. Okay, let us see it. Don't ever do that again. Okay, I apologize. Okay, yes, thank you. We are better than that. If you're gonna be mean, reassure me that we are. Make me feel like I can do better. Don't just be.
Oh, so this happened to a Nigerian friend of mine, a female though. She a lady friend. She ended up dating a Ghanaian, and that guy was.
She dated a what? Oh, somebody from Ghana.
Yeah, from Ghana, right? So that guy was super cool. Quiet. He doesn't do anything. Even when she's wrong. He apologizes.
Oh hell no! He better stand up.
See, so it got to a point. The day that he got mad, that was the day that she left that relationship.
Oh, she snapped.
He always apologizes. Don't say sorry to make it and end it. No, I was wrong. Tell me I was wrong. Tell me you're upset. Tell me you feel something. It makes me feel like. I don't know. It makes me feel better.
So, and again, there are scenarios and instances whereby you see, I think skits or whatever, like you see ladies, trying to cause something in their marriage or relationship because they feel like the man is too. So I'm asking you, ladies, right?
Yes.
Do you want a cool kind of do you want a gentleman, somebody who doesn't doesn't hustle you or maybe worry you too much? It's kind of cool on the low kind of understanding, or you want somebody not like on the far right like that he's going to be violent, but in between, in the middle.
I need. Okay, right. A part of me is saying in the middle, but another part of me is saying maybe on the cooler side because of my personality. Like I tend to attract people or be with people who are more on the super vocal side, more on they gonna speak up on everything they have a problem with. Like people who are like me and we bump heads a lot. But I've noticed as I've gotten older and a couple people that I've talked to are more calm with me. They're more just understanding, more willing to talk. They're not yelling. They're not really gonna just try to argue with you. They're gonna try to hear you. Those type of people balance me out. And I think as I'm getting older, I appreciate a more cool, calm, and collected person who is understanding, who is calm, but will check me when I need to be checked.
Okay.
But for the most part, I'm real, so I need somebody to balance me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same. Just balance me out. I'm very extroverted. I'm very bold, and it's just I feel like, and then I'm very independent. My independency could make it like a little aggressive and make me feel like I'm, yeah. But just, babe, I didn't like, be honest, be straightforward, be open to express your feelings. I just want a guy who could be in the middle, you know, calm, and then he's not, you know, just balance me out, like she said. Just balance me out. I'm extra and you're calm, and correct me when I need to be corrected. That's all. Don't be shy and be, I don't want to talk about it. So how can we ever know what the issue is? Because I think I know what it is, but I don't know what you think. So just balance me out.
Balance it. Okay, before we go, right, I have this, you know, quick question. I eavesdrop on, you know, the African Americans, right? But I got to realize that sometimes the people that have issues with Africans are not exposed. And exposure is very important.
Are you saying I'm not exposed to African culture?
Yeah, like, you know, so I could have a different mentality about Russians or maybe Koreans, but if I'm not exposed to their environment, I wouldn't understand their culture or how they do stuff, right? So what I heard, they were complaining about, oh, Africans over there sold us, whatever, like, you know, and in my mind, I'm like, yo, at that point, right, when you read history, Africans themselves were also experiencing, you know, like they were trying to find themselves. Don't get me wrong, prisoners of war, you know, people will do whatever that they want to do with prisoners of war. I think most of them didn't even get to realize what they were doing with the people that they were selling to them. Because most of them were prisoners of war. And sometimes too, the people that you don't like if they have an issue with you, they'll just let you go. They thought maybe they were taking them somewhere to do whatever, but meanwhile, that was like, you know, something else. But Africans themselves, you know, were experiencing that, you know, kind of
transition.
Yeah, they're trying to, because they ended up, you know, fighting with those, you know, European countries, whatever, to try to gain their independence, right?
Yep.
Till now, some of the one, you know, our brothers and sisters here that are not exposed still hold it. And when I heard that conversation, I'm like, oh, now I understand where the problem is coming from. Because, you know, that, you know, diaspora, whatever issue that they say, you know, we don't like each other. And I want to end, you know, on this note, you know, I want to ask you, do you think exposure, because a lot of times people don't even travel. They hear Africa, but they don't even know how, unless whatever they see on, you know, Disney Channel or whatever that it was sold to them, right? But these people that I heard them talking, I felt like, yo, you're talking about, oh, they don't even like us over there. They even sold us. That was what I heard in that conversation. And in my head, I'm like, yo, people need to learn. People need to be exposed. So based on your experience, or even if you even had one, what do you think? Not coming from an African, I know the issues that we have as Africans too. But I'm saying from your point of view as an African American, right? What do you think from your side supposed to do in this scenario about Africans to have an understanding? Because I know it's never going to go away though, but exposure to me matters.
That's a hard question. You just hit it on the head. I don't really know, because I'm going through that situation a little bit right now. So it's like, that's the question I've really been asking myself. So I'm not really sure on how. I mean, just you can travel and get a look for yourself, but also explaining America and exposing them. It's a lot that's going on in here. So it's hard to explain. I don't know.
Okay. So prior to me, you know, ending up in the U.S., whatever that we see on TV is kind of different, right? About, you know, not whites, but let's just say African Americans, right? But when you come, boots on the ground is totally different. You mingle. So if I want to get to know, you know, my brothers and sisters here, I have to mingle. I have to go to their cookouts, you know, barbecue, whatever. Mingle, have a friend, you know, an African American female friend, a male friend, whatever. Just blend in. You get to understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that is me coming here.
Okay.
So it's almost like when you reverse it, similarly, you could do the same thing too, but you have to start it from here too. That's what I'm asking, because it wasn't like a bad picture that actually kind of like the, you know, the ghetto slang. Watching you know, movies. This guy, what
Friday,
is this?
ATL.
And
Friday,
Mike Epps and all of that. I kind of like, you know, so I was already in tune with my African American brothers, right? Yeah. When you're here, like every country, I would just say there's always crime. So it's not about the crime. It's just why we don't like each other. So that's you know, I'm trying to help you understand why I'm asking this question, because you have to blend in a little bit. For me, I have to blend in to understand And I've dated, an African American too, so I understand.
And us going, and your question is basically, I'm sorry, I want you to repeat, because you just explained what you were trying to say, but what is the exact question you're saying?
Do you think exposure matters? Because I feel like, people that are not exposed still keep, holding this narrative that Africans don't like them.
I agree that exposure do matters, because I had so many thoughts. And he showed my guy, because he's the closest I've been to the African culture. He exposed so much of how Africa is and the way they do the things they do and why. And it made me see so much, understand so much. And honestly, America, we got a lot of learning to do. We have to have, especially patience. And it's like we just assume a lot. And the way I've seen how people are living over there in Africa, ridiculous. Like,
are you talking about the ones that live in the village or what?
Not just the village, but the city way too. I watch shows too that have predominantly African living, whether it's rich or poor. Okay. And I've seen so much, and it's also it's just a lot of good that comes with Africa. I didn't know a lot. The humbleness, the creation about how things are. It's hard to explain. Basically, what I was exposed to from him, I've seen, and especially movies and shows. It made me learn a lot. It made me want to live in Africa. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I never wanted to live in Africa. Didn't see myself going over there to visit. Didn't see myself dating an African man based on the movies. If you saw the movie Fat Girls, you know what I mean.
Oh.
So watching and being exposed to the food, the way they think, the political side, exposure matters. I felt like I knew about my history in the African and the Black and African American culture and the history, but when I met my gentleman, I've learned so much. So exposure, it make you wiser. So
do you see anything African here?
I'm not even going to entertain the question this time.
The picture.
Okay, you got it. What about you?
I'm not entertaining the question this time.
That's the question though, but the question that I asked her. No, I know I did.
That's how they played me last time. Yes, I absolutely do think that exposure matters. Even in the sense of just like in life in general, like you just need to be exposed to certain things to really understand it. So I definitely feel like exposure matters. I also feel like people need to understand that to a certain extent, history evolves. Like you can't hold on to the past for the rest of your life, or you're never gonna, let me see how to explain it. Like you'll just never get to where you want to get in life if you holding on to the past. You'll never be able to make new connections and meet new people if you're holding on to the past. It's with African people, with white people. If we hold on to white people enslaved us and now we just hate white people, like to a certain extent, those things hold you back. You got to be willing to let go of the past to a certain extent and just look at the present day, try to live in the present moment. Of course, still hold people accountable, but everybody today is not their ancestors from 500 years ago.
1,000%.
You have to be willing to give people a chance, be willing to learn people, be willing to try to understand, and then go from there. But you can't just judge everybody on what their ancestors did. That's just so unrealistic because history is evolving over time. Things are changing. Some things still stay the same, but not everything is constant.
Interesting. Do you have some, final words?
No, but final words.
To your man?
Oh, to her boo thing. Boo thing if you watching.
Y'all just open your mind, because literally just open your minds to everything. And sometimes not all African men are mean. That's one popular thing women have in America with African dudes. They want multiple wives. Not all of them is like that, okay? Not all of them are mean either. And shout out to Togo. Y'all got an American girl that loves y'all bad.
Period. And she said what she said.
I would have dragged this conversation, but for some other time. I would have said, don't you think like men love women?
Men love women?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think men love women.
1, 2, 3, or just one?
Oh. Y'all love women. That was plural, but can y'all stick to one? It is so hard to say yes because I don't see it that much. You stick to one and you get bored and you move on. Women do the two, but men has a habit of doing it. You love women. Yes, men love women.
All I can say is women are beautiful. One.
That's just like saying men are fine, and so I just can't have one man because men just so fine out here. Like, and it's possible.
It's possible.
Not only beauty, but it's a
men
lot.
are beautiful.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Final words.
Really.
Okay, you're celibate. So celibacy.
So, dear celibacy journey girl, you got this. We got this. Dear my husband, when we do get married, it's up and it's stuck. And y'all can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Amiya Marche.
Follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back.
Guys, this is what we have for you today. We're gonna come to you some other time.